We have Tony Ferguson versus Paddy Pimblett. This is going to be, I think, a potential retirement fight right here, unfortunately, for Tony Ferguson. Tony
Dang.
Ferguson, yeah, no, this it's bad, man. I mean, Tony's coming off 6 straight losses. This might be seven here. He's 25-9, 0-5 in his last five. I don't say that often. 0-5. So he's 0-5 in his last five. He's coming off an arm triangle choke loss to Bobby Green. Uh, Not a good look. He's fighting against Paddy Pimblett, 20-3, 5-0 in his last five. Paddy's coming off of that decision robbery win over Jared Gordon. Paddy's going to be the much younger fighter here, and they both have the same height, but Tony does enjoy a 3.5 inch reach advantage there. Going for the odds for this fight right now, Tony Ferguson and Paddy Pimblett. Paddy Pimblett's a minus 286, open up at a minus 250. I mean, I'm kind of sad to break down Tony at this point. I mean, he's coming off a 6 fight losing streak. Before his loss to Justin Gaethje, he was just a different fighter, man. I mean, he fought with a nice high pace, unorthodox style. He had like a crazy funk to his game, a killer instinct. He was able to land sharp elbows and leg kicks, dish out high damage as well. He also had a crazy good grappling game too, in my opinion. He came from a wrestling background and was able to sprawl and brawl pretty well. But his highly diverse skill set on the ground in top or bottom position just really made him dangerous for the lightweight division. He was able to find strikes or subs everywhere. Unfortunately, ever since that Gaethje loss, I mean, I just think that he's been in a clear decline. He used to be this extraordinary physical force that was able to outlast everyone with his durability and his cardio. I just think that Tony's fight game is just all but gone. That last loss to Bobby Green, that was the final nail in the coffin for me. Just getting subbed by Bobby Green, yeah, this is not going to be good. I mean, Paddy, I will say that he's a pretty good grappler. He's a grappling based kind of fighter. He's able to hunt for subs in the ground, has slick grappling. He's more of a BJJ grappler than a wrestler. So, you know, he was taken down and controlled by Jared Gordon his last win, which was a robbery. But I do think that Paddy has some power in his hands, good quickness as well. Decent quickness, actually, that's kind of underrated. The bad thing about Paddy is that he just leaves his chin in the air to weather storms and is hittable. But to his credit, he's never been KO'd before. So, yeah, I think I'm fading Tony Ferguson here. I mean, 39 years old, turning 40 in a couple months, fighting against Paddy the Baddy, who the UFC, they know they want to build this guy up. Even if he's not the best fighter, he brings in a lot of attention for the UFC. I think that they're obviously feeding Tony to Paddy here. I think it's pretty obvious. So let me slam Paddy the Baddy parlay piece. He's going to be my first pure pick lock for a parlay piece. Just put this guy in here. Yeah, I think it's over for Tony after this. So,
Yo, but
what do you think about this fight?
Tony's been training with that military guy, bro.
Dude, goggles. See,
Yeah.
that's the thing, man. Like, I don't think Tony's problem has been his durability or just his cardio. I think this his problem has just been I just think that he's declined as far as the physical. Like he just doesn't. He looks kind of weak in there. If you know what I mean? Like it looks like an old dude fighting in there. It just looks kind of bad sometimes. So
Yeah,
it's
I
not good.
guess.
Not good.
Yeah. Yeah, he looks old. He looks old in the cage, I guess. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's fair. Uh, man, like I don't know. I'm not as confident as you. I'm probably gonna pass on this fight just because, Tony does have quality losses. Like Bobby Green is good. I mean, his last fights have all been L's to good opponents. Um, and obviously, I don't rate Paddy like too highly. Um, but like the UFC does want to build him up. So maybe Paddy by decision, because you might have the judges in your back pocket. But yeah, no play for me here.
for sure. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I can see that too. I mean, trust me, man. I'm a huge fan of Tony. I respect the guy, and I would never imagine it getting to this point where I'm fading him against a guy like Paddy Pimblett, but I think we've reached that point. Unfortunately, it's just a lot of L's, man. A lot of L's.